Bum, bum, bum. We now bring you another regularly scheduled announcement. Hey there, voidlings out in the void, walking around, little shadowy creatures driving in the night. We have an emergency announcement for you. There is a madman driving throughout the night. A shadow by the name of Aloneys has live streamed for 5 hours straight, fighting the same boss over and over again, only to fail. Watch out for him, for his rage is unending and his hatred undying. Fall off this mortal coil as hatred incarnate drives down your road. The time is 11:30. Bing, bong, bing! Hey guys, welcome to Communte, the show where you sit shotgun as I drive to work. And I'm mad. I don't know what that radio broadcast was about. That's weird. You know? They don't need to be getting into people's business on the road. You know, not everybody needs to know that I'm upset. But I just finished playing a very, very good stream. Maybe one of my better streams. It's called Handsome Ansem. Chain of Memories Day 8. It's 5 hours long. And absolutely nothing happens. I think this is the first time in the 17-day marathon of Kingdom Hearts I've been doing on stream where we hit a roadblock, like a real one. Last week I couldn't post because I didn't have to drive to work. And the show is me driving to work, so I didn't want to break that illusion. Or I guess it's not an illusion, it's what I'm doing. But I didn't want to break that trend. I didn't really need to do the show anyway, because I was kind of busy with the stream and everything, so I didn't have a chance to make the video. But now I'm doing it because I want to. I feel like it's good to vent about what just happened. I'm still processing it. It just happened. Approximately 11 minutes ago, I ended the stream. And I threw on some clothing, changed all of my clothes, got dressed in my work uniform, got in this car, and now I'm driving to work. Going on that there void highway, driving down the darkness to my home. Going to the donut place to make some donuts for the capitalistic society we all live in so I can get the leafy greeny spendy money. As you can tell, I'm still in streamer voice. I'm still on. That's a fascinating thing that happens when you stream, where you're so on that when it's over, you can't help but keep going. And sometimes I'll still be making bits, even though there's nobody there to hear them. But I think it was an amazing stream. I entertained 6 or 7 people for 5 hours straight, and I kept them there most of the time. I started realizing that maybe when the ads kicked in, the number counter would go down. But I'm thinking instead, people were just dipping in and out because they couldn't stand watching somebody never beating the guy. Like, they liked watching me enough to come back and see where I was going, but not enough to, like, sit there and suffer with me, because it was bad. I was stuck in the same fight over and over and over again, doing the same things over and over. And there was nothing I could really do. I could have gone back and grinded and got more health and damage, but I feel like that wasn't enough. It was just one of those days where it's just not clicking right. Like, I was doing great bits. It was very funny for the first hour and a half, where I was like, oh man, if I beat this guy too quick, then the stream's gonna end and we're not gonna be able to do anything. And we'll go watch the movie, the U358 movie, if I beat this in 5 minutes, because there's only one fight left. And then it slowly devolved throughout the stream into, oh no, he's not gonna beat him. He's not gonna beat him tonight. And I would get closer and closer every single time. And I was one hit away from killing him. That was the closest I got. And it was the last attempt. I went to the limit. I went beyond the time I had. I literally had 5 minutes after that. After I hit stop on the stream, I hit publish. Like, I named it, typed it, hit publish. The second I hit publish and suspended my computer, I had 5 minutes to get in my work clothes and jump in this car. And now I'm literally at the exact speed I normally drive at. Going to be to work on time. But that is the longest I could have made it. And it was the last attempt, and I was just about to kill him with one fucking hit. And he did his impossible to defend move that you can only block if you have a 0 card. And I didn't have a 0 card. So I was done. There was no way for me to win in that moment. Mistakes were made up until then that led to that. And I had him in my grasp, and I still lost. And then I just looked at the camera and I said, sometimes happy endings don't happen. Sometimes there isn't a happy ending. Sometimes it just ends. And it did. And I think it's an important lesson to learn, that you're not always going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose. Sometimes it's going to be real painful. And you're going to have a bunch of people watching you, and they're all going to be having a great time, and then suddenly it'll sour, and you'll be stuck in the same fight over and over. And they just want to see the next part. You just want to see the next part. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you win. They like watching you suffer, but they don't want to watch you suffer for too long. And it is a point where it stops being fun. And I think when I hit 4 hours, that's when it stopped being funny and fun. Like, it got funnier and funnier and funnier until the 4 hour mark. And then we were like, oh, this shit's real. He's actually not winning. It's not a bit anymore. And the funny thing is, it was a bit for a while there. For a while there, I was kind of like loosey-goosey with it, and I was still trying really hard. But I was doing bits while I was fighting. At one point, I started reading an entire script that I had for a video while playing, like while fighting. Real avant-garde shit, you know? Real weird stuff. And it was great. It was very funny. For me, at least. I had a blast. And the few people watching had a blast. I think. But, you know, you can never know, because all you get as feedback is a number counter, if people use channel points, or if people message in the chat. That's all you get. And sometimes there are moments where they're gone. And when people leave, I talk about it. I talk about when the counter goes down. And then they come back, and they see me either complaining or later in the fight. And it's fascinating to watch someone lose their mind. I don't know if it's entertaining. I don't know if it's a good show. I can't tell. I'm recording it. And I'm sure as hell not editing it, because it's way too long to edit. So I just do it. I put it up on YouTube, and nobody watches it, and I move on, you know? And then in a year, I go, all right, I'm going to delete all these old VODs because they're old, and my quality is better now. But I don't know. Lately, I've been thinking about not deleting the old stuff. I don't know. I've been wanting to unlist a bunch of stuff on the YouTube channel that isn't, like, Kingdom Hearts related, because I feel like it doesn't really fit there anymore. People don't really need to see it. And I heard that Rytoast, the YouTuber, they do that. They do the thing where they unlist their old videos, and they just have a playlist of all, called the archive of all their old videos. So you can watch them, but they're not public. Like, they're not being recommended anymore. So YouTube's algorithm isn't sending them to people anymore. But you know, that's just how it goes. I talked about this show on there, actually, for a minute. I think one of them implied that they actually do watch it, but I don't know. This is a weird show. But, you know, that's what's up. That's my status quo. That's where we're at the beginning of this chat. Boon, boon, boon. Welcome to another Void announcement. Scorpions. Scorpions are everywhere. Female scorpions are everywhere. Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty. What? Bing, boom, boom. What was that, guys? That was not an official bulletin. That was somebody playing a joke. Am I on FM? I'm on FM right now, that's why. What a stupid bit. Scorpions? Really? You're going to take the Scorpions bit from Rick and Morty and broadcast it on my radio? No. No, thank you. Shh. Scorpions. No scorpions. Bing, boom, boom. Welcome to another Void announcement. It appears that there's some weirdo telling bits from previous shows and movies that he's watched over the FM frequency of the Void. Please ignore these statements, as they are useless and stupid. What you should worry about are the giant mammoths walking down the road. Those are real. Those are real. Watch out for the mammoths. You may hit one while you're driving. Watch out. The time is 11:30. Bing, boom, boom. Wow. That was informative. Very informative. I have a radio, right? That radio is real. That isn't just me saying that. Bing, boom, boom. It's definitely real. You are not speaking to yourself while you're driving. You're not crazy. It's real. This is a real broadcast from a real radio. Nothing sketchy happening here. Completely real. Bing, boom, boom. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know, guys. You know, sometimes I worry. But, you know, things are going great. Stream's been going 17 days in a row. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Just a tad. Just a teeny, tiny, little tad. You know? But I'm having fun. It's good. These are all bits. These are all laughs. These are all gaffs, goofs, griffs, or whatever. They're all fun. These are fun little bits. But it's going. Every bit comes from a little silver lining of truth. And yeah, it's been a little rough, mostly because I have to work at the same time. So it is becoming very much like stream for 5 hours, race to work. All right, now it's work time. All right, when I get home, now I gotta edit all the VODs that I didn't edit because I was racing to work. And then my one day off, I have to make a video. Or not my one day off. I get 2 days off. So the first day off, I have to make a video after the stream, and then edit the video and do all that, and then I get to relax, and I have a whole day where I still have a stream, but then after the stream, I'm free. So it's not that much time off. It can be a little overwhelming, but it's mostly good. And I recently talked to someone about it. I was kind of complaining, and they said that, I mean, you did this. This is your fault, right? Like, you made this happen. This is your choice. And it is. And I'm totally fine with that. It's just, it can be a little stressful. Just a little bit. But I do enjoy it. That's the crazy thing, is you can both be stressed and enjoy the thing you're doing. And sometimes streams can go wrong. And sometimes things can be stressful, and that's okay. It's okay to be stressed. It's not the worst thing ever. What was that? There was something in the road. There really was something in the road. Not a mammoth bit. There really was something there. It was like a dark thingy. Like a bag or something that fell off of someone's car? Oh shit, there's the mammoths. Those are real. That's actually there. There's a mammoth. Those are there. Mammoths walking down the road. Crazy. Craziest thing. I don't have my mute button that I usually have on my stream. I always mute my coughs. I've been coughing a lot lately. I think it's because I'm talking a lot. Vocal fry, you could say. But I don't know. It's been fascinating. It's a fascinating time. I haven't had a lot of time outside of the stream. It's becoming very much like wake up, stream, go to work, come home, sleep. And that was by design, and I'm fine with it. I've been having more creative ideas than I've ever had. I really do feel like you can make diamonds with pressure. Like, the more you do, the busier you are, the more your mind wanders and the more creative things you can come up with. And I've come up with a lot. I think my car is running out of gas. Oof. I'm gonna have to fill that on the way home. But yeah, I think it's important to keep yourself busy sometimes and to kind of overdo it a little bit sometimes. That's what makes life worth living. You know, if everything's the same every day, it gets boring. It's good to, like, spice things up, do something crazy for a while, do a marathon. And then when the marathon's over, you know, you're free, everything's back to normal. I think I've been overdoing the length of these marathons. I think, you know, a month might be better than, you know, beating every single Kingdom Hearts game over the course of like 60 to 90 days. I think a month is a lot to ask for already. I think a week is a lot to ask for. I think 5 minutes is a lot to ask for. So, I don't know. But people are coming, and it seems like they're having fun. As far as I can tell. Now, is that because Kingdom Hearts is big right now and on Twitch, and there's a lot of people playing it, and I'm getting stragglers, and they're like, "Ooh, this guy's interesting." But if that were the case, more people would be hitting follow. It's more like these are people that wanted to watch me since I said that I was going to go on this stream, like the people I promoted to, which is a good thing because that's what I want. I've gotten a lot of really nice people come in and say, "Hey, I'm here from the videos," and I'm like, "Hell yeah." And then somebody does a redeem, and I love the redeems. They're my favorite thing about Twitch. I think if there's one thing that we should keep if Twitch ever goes away, it's redeems. The idea of, like, coming up with a little bit that your audience can do, and they can do it every once in a while based on the amount of points they've earned by watching you. So, like, the longer someone watches, the more bits they can add to the stream is amazing. And also, it really feels good as a performer. It's kind of like having improv, like asking people for suggestions with improv. It's like, boom, tell a story about blank. Okay, and now I have to do that. Or sing a song about this. You know, noir mode. I have to turn into Aloneys Noir and do my Aloneys Noir bit, where you can hear my thoughts, and I have my gun out and my whiskey and my hat. And I'm black and white, and I'm doing the bit of, like, oh, I'm in a noir, I'm you know, doing the voice and all the bits, like, oh, I'm walking into the thing, and, you know, like noir movies, like 50s with, like, a gun, black and white detective story. And those are fun. Those little bits are great. I think I said a lot of really funny shit about Ansem when I started acting like I walked in on him at, like, a crime scene. It was very funny. And there's a lot of really good bits like that. I think it was a very fun time. And I'm loving the new lighting effects that I'm adding during the stream to my character. It's all very cool. I feel like I'm doing things that nobody's ever done on stream. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of VTubers get kind of stagnant, and they just have, like, you know, they pay like 10 grand for a model, and it looks really good, and it's 3D, and it's got a perfectly mouth flap lips, and it's got all the accessories, and then they have like 2 or 3 emotes that they do that, like, change their character, and that's about it. And then they just play a game or they react to shit, and it's more about them as a person than it is about, like, the show or, like, the VTuber itself. And I feel like a lot of people don't push the limits and do crazy, weird shit. And I feel like I do that all the time. Like, there are so many things I just pull out of nowhere, and people are like, oh shit, what is that? The fact that I can have, like, 30 blades, and they can all shapeshift into, like, 17 different weapons, like, that I'm a shapeshifter, but so is my weapon. And then, like, I glow in the dark and move around, and then I, like, can change color. There's so many different ways I can express myself more beyond a human form. Maybe it's me trying too hard. but I feel like it's an interesting thing to watch. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's better than watching an actual show or something, but I think it's fun. I enjoy it. The people watching it enjoy it. I don't know why I feel so... It's like I need to justify everything. Bing, bong, boom! Welcome to another Void announcement. Have you ever thought to yourself, there's a parasite in my brain forcing me to pretend that there's some kind of radio broadcast happening? That the radio isn't even on. Just food for thought. Here's Jim with the weather. Well, the weather is muggy. Yesterday it was real swampy out. It's actually pretty still now, but that mugginess is coming back. Back to you, Tom. Thanks, Bill. Don't think about the parasite on the back of your head. Just a thought. The time is 11:44. Bye. Bing, bong, bing. Man. I love that weatherman. That weatherman's great. It was really hot yesterday. That is true. It was very, very hot. Do you feel like a pinching sensation in the back of your skull? I feel it. There's a sort of pulsing, rhythmic yearning happening in the back of my head. Like a boom, da boom, da boom, da boom. Like a dun, dun, dun. Like that sound over and over again in my head. I just keep hearing dun, 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 dun. Do you hear that? It's probably nothing. That's nothing. Anyway, normally I would talk about comments around now. I would try to fumble through my phone and get some comments out. But there hasn't been a lot of YouTube comments lately. I feel like YouTube is kind of on the slow front right now. I think it might be because of the influx of Kingdom Hearts content around the world, because Kingdom Hearts is coming out on Steam, or it just did, or whatever. So people are playing it, and they're not really talking about it as much. And there's other YouTubers talking about it. The algorithm's sort of picking that up, I think, for them. So my Kingdom Hearts content might be a little lower on the docket for YouTube. It also might be because I haven't hit monetization yet, and YouTube isn't sending it as much. It could also just be fatigue. Every couple weeks, people watch my videos less. There's just slightly less and less views every once in a while, and then a lot of my videos will hit like 1 or 2K, and then other ones will just be like 500. And I think that's just like a normal thing. I think they generally are like between 200 to 600 people, and like on average every week, and then they go up over time. And I think more people watch my old videos than they watch my new ones. I think the YouTube algorithm is my channel is kind of based around pushing people towards one video and then like a series of videos after. So like every new video is pulling in new people and then shoveling them into the older stuff and kind of funneling them through. And then if they watch me long enough, then they can pick up on the fact that I'm doing streams, and they can come hang out on the streams, or they can come to this weird podcast, or they can look at all my old back catalog of crap I've made. And it's sort of like, that's the system that is on the channel. But I don't really like thinking about all that crap. I just want to make stuff and have people see it, and it's good that people see it, but I get all caught up in the ego of the numbers. And the fact that I haven't gotten a lot of comments lately kind of bothers me, and it shouldn't, because it's just words. I'm getting comments every day in chat. I don't know why it's so important to me. It shouldn't be. But when you want to make stuff, there's an inherent deep down meaning of like, you want attention and shit. I think really, if you want to psychologically break it all down, I think I could figure it out, but I don't know if I'd ever say it out loud. Bing, bong, bing! Welcome to the news. There's no leech on the back of your head. Absolutely nothing is currently eating the goo inside your brain canal. Don't think about that at all. What you should think about is the subconscious thoughts that you are currently having, such as maybe your need to create comes from you missing out from a younger age. Maybe you were afraid to join the drama club when you were younger, And that has given you sort of a need to perform without any of the skills necessary to perform. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the psychological reasoning behind that. Let's go to Katie with sports. Hey, Bill, welcome to the thing. My name is Katie. That's my name. We're definitely not eating his brain. We are definitely just improvising on the spot and keeping him interested while his brain is filled with so many chemicals, it doesn't matter what we say. Gooble, gobble, people, boo-boo, bubble, dibble. Back to you, Tom. The time is 11:49. Bing, bong, bing. Man, I didn't recognize that weather girl. Or no, that sports lady. A lady doing the sports? Wow. How progressive is the void, right? A lady doing the sports, man. That's crazy. My brain hurts. Does your brain hurt? Are you finding it hard to think and say words? Is it almost like there's some kind of tumorous creature going in the back of your head? Do you sense something like a... You hear that? Is that just me? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be real. It's just hearing things. It's probably just the car. You know, the car's been having a lot of trouble recently. The axle in the tire broke. I think that's what the mechanic says. He said a bunch of things, a lot of monies that he needed to tell me those things. But basically, my car's fixed, but currently the axle is unaligned, so I need to go get that fixed at some point. That's going to be a huge fucking thing. But I can at least drive to work. The tire has been replaced, the frame fixed, the metal that was poking out is gone, so it works, but my wheel is slightly askew. But man, what was I talking about? There was some kind of thing that's a very important thing that's going on. Something important. I feel very numb in the back of my head. I don't know what that thing is. Do. Looks like you're approaching work. In approximately 10 minutes, you need to punch in or you will be late. No more, no less. Make sure it's perfectly in time or the capitalistic pigs at the top who have slowly infiltrated your corporation will flag you and send alerts at you and make you feel bad and threaten to fire you if you punch in too early or too late. You got to do it exactly at 12. Remember that. Here is with thanks, Tom. Or is it Bill? He doesn't even notice that the names keep swapping. The weatherman is Bill. Tom is the announcer. But sometimes we call you Bill and sometimes we call him Tom. It's wacky around here. We love to joke around. The and the Warriors fought 57-2. It was a very brutal match, and nobody won. Crazy. Nobody won with those scores. Absolutely no one. He's taking a turn now. Clearly he doesn't understand how the parasite works, and he soon will be dead. He has about 9 minutes until his brain disintegrates into ash, and we scoop it all up. So he should probably do something about that. Back to you, Tom. Thanks. So nice talking to you. It's always great to talk about. The time is 11:52. Bing bong bing. Man, sometimes I don't understand these radio broadcasts, especially since the radio in my car doesn't work right now. I gotta fix that. I'm recording. Like, I can't have the radio on. What am I doing? I'm almost to work. I'm about 8 minutes away right now. I have 8 minutes left until I have to end this recording and go punch in. So technically 4 minutes until I should do that. But I'm at work, and things are going great. I love this slow little drive. I'm actually on time for once. Usually I have to, like, race in there. But because I immediately got up and got in the car and left because I was worried about being late and doing this, that I ended up being perfectly on time. It's funny how that works. Do you taste like a blurple or like a bleen? like a yellow-green, like a yelloween. I taste yelloween. I taste some yelloween. There's something what is that? I'm smacking it, and what is that? There's something going on in the back of my head. Feel like there's something important I need to talk about, but I just don't know what it is, you know? Like there should just be someone should just come in and announce something, you know? Don't you feel like there should be someone here to announce? The funniest thing, I feel like there's someone I'm gonna hear some kind of sound, and then there's gonna be some conversation between various peoples. I guess it's not coming. Weird. Well, anyway, I'm at work. I'm about to pull in. It's going pretty well. Here it is. This is my parking spot. I got 6 minutes until I gotta go to work. I think I can talk for a couple more seconds. Let me just park and turn off my car. Bing, bong, bing. Bing, bong, bing. Bing, bong, bing. Welcome to your nightly news. This is Tom. And my friend Katie. Do you ever notice that there wasn't another person here speaking to me? Also, why are we acting like this is a news show when this is a radio broadcast? That's a bit strange. Well, Aloneys is currently seizing uncontrollably. He looks like an idiot in front of everybody in his parking lot, shaking around like an idiot. Well, there we go. Oh, we've removed the brain stem. Very delicious. It appears that, breaking news, it appears that we're allergic to his weird neurodivergent shadowy brain. Oh fuck, what are we gonna do? Bing bong bing. The time is 11:56. That's what I forgot. I forgot to do the outro. What is that thing? There's always trash in the back of my car. Some kind of wormy creature. Well, at least we got the radio to keep us good. I have 4 minutes till I gotta punch in, so I think I gotta go, guys. But I completely forgot this entire time. I gotta say the outro of this show. So if you don't understand how this show works, if you haven't listened to an episode up until now, this one was really good. I think this was a solid one. Basically, it's a show where I drive to work, and you sit shotgun with me as I drive to work, and I tell you about my day, and I read comments, and I talk about things and life and content creation and the struggles therein, really. I feel like there's something else important that happens during this show that should have been happening during all of these bits, but it was way too subtle. It only happened like 30 or 40 minutes in, and it should have been happening from day one. And I think that thing is the outro of this podcast. Cringe you later. Bye. Bing, bong, bing. This just in. We're dying. We're dying. That's right, Tom. We are disintegrating into ash. If you didn't understand from what's been happening this whole time, we are a brain parasite, and we are dying. Well, if there's one thing I'll say before I go, the time is 11:58. Goodbye. Good night.